you've been here for quite a while.
Yes.
Have you seen, what have you seen as far as Asian American diversity since when you came here and today?
Okay. Numerical representation of Asian Americans at the student level has incrementally increased. Percentage-wise, the percentage has been pretty much the same, floating between 2.5 and 2.9% for each annual enrollment data point. But realistic numbers have increased from, let's see, 1998, when I got here, there were probably about 450 Asian Americans, and now we're floating at almost 700. So even though the statistical number is the same, the raw numerical number has increased like the whole of the campus has. So it's really interesting. We've had a growing Asian American presence, but it's just like our white student presence and our black student presence. And the only number that has really increased respectively would be our Hispanic American numbers. So they went from 1% to 1.7, 2.1% now. So they've actually doubled in the 14 years I've been here. What I have observed is when I first got here, there was one really strong Asian American student organization, which over the course of the last 14 years has been called Asian American Association, Asian American Student Association, Asian American Student Union, and then back to Asian American Association. In that time period, we have had our first Asian American sorority start, Alpha Phi Gamma. South Asian Student Association started out as Sangam. Let's see, other populations. Philippine American Student Association started roughly about 2003. There's now talk about an Asian American fraternity coming to campus. Asian Christian Fellowship started. None of these groups existed before. And now they do exist because there's been this increase in demographic representation. And it's really been a neat thing.
What are some things that the MU system has done for to foster maybe diversity for the to kind of make up for the lack of these enclaves? Is there any? Honestly,
no. Other than this office, there's really a vacuum. Dr. Chu is one of 4 professors since I've been here who has come to the University of Missouri. I don't know if she's going to leave or if she's going to stay, but all the others have left. And they were teaching Asian American history or Asian American literature and have not stayed. They've gone on to places like UCLA or University of Illinois or Harvard. And we're missing that component. We have a very strong Black Studies program here. And if you were to look at Kansas, just 2.5 hours away, KU, and Illinois, which is just 5 hours away, they have Asian American Studies programs, which is different from Asian Studies programs because it talks about the American experience of Asians, not Buddhism 101, which some people may confuse with Asian American Studies. So we don't, as an institution, have a strong record of supporting our Asian American student populations.
Also talked about like genderized and sexualized Asian Americans.
Oh, how Asian American men are neuter and Asian American women are highly sexualized and all that.
Have you had any experiences where that has taken a role in your life, or
in my life?
Or even on campus, if you've seen people?
I've seen it on campus. I won't go into my life because my life is so weird. We have this really interesting thing, and I've observed it in Asian American Association. And I've also observed it in Hispanic American Leadership Organization. at the start of the school year, over the last 14 years, I don't know about the last 2 or 3, but from when I first came on campus to now, in both organizations, a whole bunch of white guys and black guys would join AAA and Halo. And they were there so they can hit on Asian women, because they were given stereotypes of Asian women, you know, the Vietnam War, they must all be hookers. And their parents would give them that message. And it's really interesting watching Yellow Fever with white and black guys in AAA, or I don't know what the term is with, all I know is they called it hitting on the hot Latina, hot looking Hispanic girl. But there's this fetishization by these two populations of the Asian women and the Hispanic women. So that's something that I've observed most years. And what's really been interesting is how over the course of the first semester, those people fall off from the organization when they keep getting told, no, I'm not interested in you. Which is good, because they need to have that message.